computer. Okay, everybody, we're recording. Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to our team Zoom. So we have had requests for a Zoom training instead of our Monday night dial-in team call. So we're really excited. So today is the first day. We'll be here every Monday night at this time for a Zoom, and we'll only be about 30 minutes. We'll open it up for questions and answers, but we'll have a particular topic that we're going to focus on. And so I think everybody here knows who I am, but this will be up for replay on the team website. So hello, everybody. And so this will be available for replay. But let me introduce myself. My name is Sharon Hyde, and I was introduced to Juice Plus 16 years ago this spring already. Hard to believe. And with the Juice Plus, you know, I knew that I needed to do something for my kids. I was really doing, I thought, an excellent job with my canned fruit cocktail and my baby carrots in the bag. And my doctor recommended the Juice Plus, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. But I immediately, once I saw the education, saw that it was a huge game changer for me. And then 9 months into it, wow, what a difference in my kids' health. And I have an entrepreneurial spirit, so when I love something, I shout from the mountaintop, so I might as well get paid. And so that's how I'm doing the business. And I just wanted to thank everybody for being here. And I do, a lot of you guys don't know my buddy here, Miss BJ Crabtree. She's another national marketing director in my Brave Leaders course. So she's quite an inspiration, and I'm glad that you jumped in here with us. So our topic today is something that is a big challenge for a lot of people, is getting a new distributor up and running. What does that look like? There's many reasons why. It all falls on lack of confidence in ourselves. We feel like, I don't know what I need to do. I don't know what to do next. Maybe you had a slow start yourself, or you've had a couple failures to launch. So you're kind of going, well, what do I do? Or how do I, you know, and then one of the things that I see a lot, and I've done myself, is to new people saying, let me know if you need anything. You know, and when I started really looking in and digging into where some of the challenges were, I realized that we're just dropping the ball in so many ways. A new distributor doesn't really know what they need to know. It's our job as a sponsor. But what if we're brand new or things have changed? So where do we go? What system do we follow? And for those of you who are new to the team, welcome, welcome. We're very excited to have you here. And I'm going to tell you first, we have several people listening. But I'm also going to show you, because it's just been updated this week, and it's really, really exciting. And we know that a confused mind does nothing. So we don't want any confusion. We're going to teach one system and stick with that system. We use the mission-driven model.info. Now, there's a lot of systems out there, and they're all really good, but we can't chase every squirrel up every tree. You know, we've got to pick one system that's easy and duplicate that. And what I love about it is it's really inspired by the Wendy Campbell team, Julie Herbst. There's lots of one team, one mission, lots of contribution, and lots of sharing. So I want to show you that getting started section. And then we're going to talk about what's going on with our TV promotion that we're having, and the 90-day game plan, or the 90-day game plan that's going on. And that is crazy phenomenal. So I'm going to do, let me pull up the mission-driven model quick. And I really did want to make sure my desk was clean, and that didn't happen because today's a big work day. I was working on team newsletters, so my desktop might not be as clean as I normally have it. So I'm going to go to mission-driven-model.info and then screen share, so you don't see the whole thing. Okay, I'll just share the whole thing, and you get to see the whole thing, because I don't want to waste precious time. Okay, so we go to missiondrivenmodel.info, and it looks very nice and neat, very well organized, very code blueprint, very systematic, which is very, very important. Go to the Getting Started tab. The very first thing that we want to guide our new distributor to do is get the Getting Started. I'm going to pull it back so you can see. Check the Getting Started checklist. But there is a brand new change to this, my friends. So if you see right away, everything is started by using Zoom, guiding you into using the virtual office, things that you do within the virtual office, like getting your own domain going on. Look at the how to use the virtual office videos and browse through the promotional area. So this is kind of getting started to get a new distributor up and running in your first meeting, or they can click on the links right here that get them up and running, okay? Very important. The second thing we want to have a conversation with them about is getting connected. Now, I've had feedback, and I've done a lot of coaching last week, and people might have said, well, people are just getting too overwhelmed. Maybe if we didn't get them on Voxer and we didn't get them on the Facebook, they could get up and running faster. And what I want to say to you is if somebody wants to start a new business and they can't be plugged into the communication system to get training and coaching and learn it, then maybe they shouldn't have a business, okay? Maybe they just shouldn't have a business. It's the kindest thing to do is to get somebody in the place where they can ask questions, get support, be on the Zoom calls, and in the loop and in the know. And we don't inundate, and we use those main channels of communication. You might come across somebody who says, I don't do Facebook. Just tell them to do a fake Facebook profile so that they can at least get access to the groups. Our groups are private. They don't have to build a profile to do any marketing, but just to stay connected. We also, if they need help, it's right there. And also right here, planning the conference. The next conference is in the conversation. When is that next conference? So after Arizona, you guys, it's Tampa, Florida. Who does not want some sun, okay, in October? So we're very excited about having everybody come to Florida. Notice, meet your national marketing director in a three-way call. You see, it's in a checklist that you do with your sponsor, so it's a lot easier to implement it. So now in the next category, get moving. So all of these topics can be very overwhelming. So this is how great they organized it even to this point. So you can say, okay, on the Getting Started checklist that they save or go to, let's have the conversation about getting started, or the fast track. It's linked to right where that is in the website. So they can click on that one link, bam, off the Getting Started, and takes them to the conversation of how do we help them get a $100 bonus, a $100 paycheck, and a promotion. And then what is the next thing we want to do is help other people get that $100 promotion. And if we have a combination of orders, 12 trio orders or 12 orders, and 8 households, 2,000 points, they can get an additional $250 bonus. So that right here is they can come back to, as they're doing their fast track, get those tools right here. And suggestions. So you, as the sponsor, going through it with your new distributor, have this as a checklist, has a way to, even you're doing a Zoom call and getting them up and running, that you can do the Zoom screen sharing and get them up and running and watch the video together. We also invite people to do the Post-it notes, where every time they get an order, they write it down so they have a visual of how they're building their business. So I'm going to go back to our application here. So we talk a little bit about the fast track. You just pick the top. So if they want to know more, they can, but you're not overwhelming them. You just say, here's the next couple moves. And they go, okay. You're like, well, we need to schedule like your events to get you up and running. Okay, but who are we going to talk to first? Who can we invite to any events? Let's click on our memory jogger. Well, let's talk about who do you know? Now, what we want to do is just pick 10 people. I know in the past they're like, pick 100 people, which is a great skill because it's like a memory dump and you start thinking of all these people you know. And it's like, wow, who knew? Doesn't mean you're going to call them all. It's just, it helps expand to, wow, I really do have a lot of people that I can create conversations with. Out of that, pick your first 10 people that you kind of want to share the product or the business with. And I would pick people who are not, I would pick people who are more health conscious, who, you know, they may or may not be a trainer or involved in yoga, or they may have kids, you know, but think about who you know that is very positive and upbeat and supportive versus somebody you know who's sick and tired and depleted and they're struggling. Okay. We want to help those people, but if we go to the people who are stuck in the mud first, we're never going to experience that success. I would ask them questions. Is your family supportive? How does your, you know, if we went to your family and shared this with them, how do you perceive they would react? And some people go, oh, my family, they would never support me. Well, then let's just visit them later. Some people might say, wow, my family is crazy supportive. They'll do anything. They'll do anything to help me. I'm like, great, let's get a family call. So you as the sponsor have this memory jogger here to just kind of help them with 10 people. So you don't say, okay, here's your 10 people and get back to me. Like when you've talked to them, you say, well, tell me about that person. And have a plan of how you can support them in the process of education. One of the best ways to do that is, I'm looking to see if it's here. One of the best ways is, I'm going to leave this checklist. Oh my goodness, why are we so somebody's got some static going. Somebody's static. Right here. I knew I saw that. I'm like losing my mind. In the getting started section, they have starter events, 2 starter events. So there's several things going on, okay? So there's several conversations. One of the conversations is not here, and it's the 90-day game plan, which we're going to visit shortly. But this is what's in our mission-driven model, so that's why I want to stick with that. Oh my goodness, I am like, so, okay. So in here we have a conversation to do a Zoom event to talk about one simple change. So you can do a one simple change where you're doing like a friends and family call and hello, we're launching Tabitha's or Gail's or Sabrina's new business, and we wanted to just go over a little bit about what she's doing and how, you know, we're sharing the message of making simple changes. And you could actually follow the script that is here. Okay, there's a downloadable PowerPoint, there's invitations, so you could do a very easy one simple change way to launch a business, encouraging people to be on the journey to health. Okay, I think that's a nice, great way to start. There's also a business presentation, again, with a PowerPoint script invitation, okay, which is just really, really, you know, powerful. So here are 2 getting started events that you could follow a system where everything is done for you, and you could do it as a Zoom with the script, and then add your own process to it. And so putting on the books 3 or 4 of these events, I'm going to stop for a second, putting on the calendar 3 or 4 events where you're just sharing the one simple change or touching on the business, getting the ball rolling. Very non-threatening. You don't have to learn a whole lot. And in the presentation, it touches on what is Juice Plus. Now, because we have so many choices, a confused mind does nothing. Okay, I get it. So I want to stick with getting new people doing this. Okay, But while they're doing the Healthy Living Revolution and the 90-day game plan, which is another site, the freedom things, it's another conversation to do a 30-minute overview of the product and the business. So that fits the niche for a lot of people and a lot of very young people. They don't want to listen to a whole PowerPoint thing. They just want to go 30 minutes. They want to see a lot of young people. They want to see what's in it for me, and no science really. There might be science tonight though. Tony Branner does a fabulous job. And they had one for athletes, one for moms, one for pregnancies, and tonight is all about the family doing the business and family health. So a great way, Sunday through Thursday, to use the 90-day game plan Freedom Project, which is part of the Healthy Living Revolution. So you yourself could be inviting your distributors to come and get reconnected to it, get re-energized and rejuiced to the mission. So that serves that purpose. And if you know of somebody where you want to have the conversation of the product and the business together, again, that's another soft way to do it. I'm telling you, Tony has done presentations for us and she's awesome. So whenever you see that she's on the flyer, oh, Doug Barlow, Meet Your Ray, they're phenomenal. Okay, so you can always invite. So one of them is you're doing it yourself, right, on Mission Driven Model, and you're going through and doing a launch call, which is duplicatable. The second thing, for 1 month more, we have the Freedom Project, and the graphics are up on the flyer, and they're up on our team page, and they're in the boxers as well. It's always the same number. Okay, so I want to show you one other thing. I'm going to screen share again. So we talked about getting that person up and running. Now, I hear you sponsors, I hear you, because you were saying, how am I supposed to remember all of that? But oh my God, I can't remember. I'm taking copious notes and I want to look like I know what I'm doing. Here in Mission Driven Model is your sponsor checklist. Okay, this is what you need to do and what to say to your new person that you are. Here's the checklist of the conversations and where to guide them. And it is interactive to the same places. Okay, so you have a serious blueprint here for the business that's duplicatable and that you can teach, and that I'm sure will change in 2 months. No. Julie's always updating it and making it better because now she's made it interactive. So before we always had the list and we had to kind of go and hunt. Now it's all linked. Like even the product videos are here. Everything you need in creating events. What do I say? What is the right verbiage? Same links that your new representative has. And then down here, next steps, and you help them create those flyers and do that. So everything you need. So I invite you after the call today to the Zoom call, print the sponsor and the get started checklist, and then look at it, become familiar with it, and do this religiously with every single person you start. And as your National Marketing Director, I'm happy, thrilled to meet every single one of the new people. When I was updating my database, there was 7 new distributors to our team that I did not have the privilege of meeting. And I felt kind of sad because I was like, wow. I mean, I wanted to welcome them and like, wow, I haven't seen them posted or any place. So we could all do a better job of welcoming people and inviting them into the team page and into the system. I'm going to reach out to them and welcome them myself, but it's a lot nicer when you, the sponsor, like invite them to the party. Okay, so that's some etiquette there, which I think is also really, really important. This person's trusting in us to help them with their business. Now, we don't do their business for them, but by following the checklist, we definitely have now a playbook which will help us, in guiding new people up and running. Before I go into anything else, I want to open it up for any questions. Was that yes?
It's Gail. God, I can't find the form. Where did you find the form?
Okay, yeah, so I apologize because
It's not your fault. My computer went blank while you were showing it.
Okay, so the getting started of it, the sponsor one, oh my goodness. So it's in the building your team. So anything a sponsor needs to build their team is in this section, and it is the sponsor checklist is the very first.
So the website is missiondrivenmodel.info?
Yes.
I'm getting mixed up. Okay.
Yep, missiondrivenmodel.info.
Mission-driven. Okay.
And then, so theirs is the Getting Started tab. So you bring your new person to the Getting Started tab. Everything they need to know, their points, the fast track, and the Getting Started checklist is right there.
Thank you very much.
Yep. All the sponsors go into building a team and get your list and other additional growth tutorials and business questions and things.
This is awesome.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Okay, and now we didn't have the confidence of what our steps were, and so what do I do? We didn't feel good, but now we followed the checklist, and it's that simple. And then you teach them to teach them to teach them, and creating those events. We now have events made for us and scripts done, and we could team up with people to do events. But even having 3 or 4 people on their launch call and getting it ready, it just keeps it very intimate, and it keeps it really nice where you can have question and answer. Any other questions on the mission-driven model? Was that pretty self-explanatory? So I was thrilled when I saw they added all the new things. I was thrilled. The next thing I want to show you is so we're clear on that's the main system, but because we have some other opportunities, I want to go to the healthylivingrevolution.com. You should be using this site as well. And so when I made my newsletter today, my customer newsletter is going to go out tomorrow, I use links to this page. And Sarah was laughing at me because I was trying to I wanted to have videos and I didn't want them to go over to YouTube. I wanted it to look professional. And then I realized, when you're constant contact or your email program, you can just copy the link for the page you want. So for example, if I'm promoting this is what I'm promoting, the new live, I can just copy this link right here. Healthy Living Revolution Live, and this page comes up and they can just watch it and see the flyer. So it's a nice, neat, clean page. I also had a link with a picture for the Shred 10 in my newsletter. So you can go to the Shred 10 page, shred10.com, and I copied that link right at the top and then use that hyperlinked in the email, and that's a page they can learn more. Just a couple little tools in your marketing that these pages are done. They're generic, so you can easily use any of these pages, and you can gift people the cookbooks and everything on the healthylivingrevolution.com site. And in the healthylivingrevolution.com, there is a final thing which I want to bring to you, which is going on. If I go into, excuse me, I'm on the wrong page. So they have One Simple Change section. They have Start Strong, which is all about kids' health. Under resources, under the resource tab where they have the Revolution Live, if you go to the bottom, it's the Freedom Revolution. So it talks a little bit about now what other presentation can you do or use. And it's a flip book on the Freedom Revolution. And if you click on this gear shift, this little symbol at the bottom, the Facebook sign, and the passcode is Revolution. If you go back there, that's where all of your resources are that you can use for your scripts and PowerPoint presentations and graphics and things that you need to build your business. So these are places you want to take your new reps so they get really excited, like, wow, I have things I can post on Facebook. I don't have to recreate the wheel. I've got, I have presentations all set up here, whether they're PDFs or how to do an informal event, how do I do a formal event. And there also was the presentation and the script for the Freedom Revolution. They changed this as well. So this right here is, if you want to know about the Freedom Revolution and what it looks like, they now have, now it's supposed to be, well, there's 4 or 5 of these, so I must have been on another site because there's several of these. But here's an example of the newest. What does the Freedom Revolution look like? And here's a training on it and the books and the scripts. You could easily team up with somebody and host your own Freedom Revolution once the new ones are gone. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
To get new people. Now, I probably gave you too much information, because I know some of you are seasoned at 15 years and 17 years. So, I want to make sure I've got something for the new people, and I also got some meat for those that are seasoned so that we can help our new distributors. There's my newsletter I'm working on it. Didn't need that to show up. Okay, so then, unless, if you're not on the Facebook group, there's a Facebook group, 90-Day Game Plan. I invite you to go to it. JP 90-Day Game Plan. The link is on our team page, by the way. This is tonight's call right there. And this is tonight's call with Tony Branners right here. And all the flyers for the week are right here. So I'm going to put this out to the leaders and the team, people that are seasoned. When you see these things and they're not on the team page, please transfer them over. Please, let's help each other build content and add value. And so many people find so many wonderful goodies in different places. I don't want to teach my new reps to go to 1 million places. I want to teach our reps to go to one place, which is our team page. And yet, seasoned people need to be out gathering information to fuel the fire. And so there's a lot of great tools and trainings here. I've been, I transferred all of these over to the team page yesterday. So just so you know that this is where I'm getting that content. And if you want to be plugged into it, this is where to go for that event. So I'm going to stop sharing. Look at that, 20. So is everybody overwhelmed? How do you guys feel?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Was that helpful, like in getting a new distributor up and running?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Now, because a lot of us, we can get the office set up, we can get the checklist done, but the one place tripping everybody up is helping them get those orders. So it comes down to events. A new distributor in a fast track should have 3 events right away, whether it's salad in a jar party, some Zoom calls, some launch calls, meeting people for coffee, you working with them. A new distributor does not have the confidence, unless they're a raving fan customer and totally on fire, they don't have the confidence to transfer that vision. And that's the one area where I believe we're really struggling. And if a new distributor does not have an order within, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, it's almost all over, because that monster comes in that this is too hard. And I know that many people say, I can't do this anymore, this is really hard. So I invite you to go through the checklist, to restart your business with 3 events. What 3 events are you going to put in your calendar to start sharing the product in the business? On Sunday nights, I'm making myself I'm volunteering myself to be at 7 to 7:30 on this Zoom channel. We're going to have a time blocking meeting. So if anybody wants help setting up their DMO, the accountability for the following week, what type of events can I have, what's your flyers, or how do we do it, I will be available on Sunday to do that. And we can come together as a group, 7 o'clock. And I'll do that as long as there's a need or desire. And what I did for myself is I took the DMO, it's on the mission-driven model, and I laminated it. And I'm going to be tracking my own daily DMO. Aren't I a good girl, BJ? We're accountability buddies for our brave leaders. And even in here is, where's my personal growth? Where's my social media? Am I checking box or checking a nice little checklist, a blueprint checklist that you can do for your business? It doesn't take much time, but you've got to schedule it. If you're not having a plan for your business, you are totally planning to fail, but you do have a plan. You do have a plan. It's either to fail or succeed. So if you look at your calendar, you go, I don't have any events. Well, I didn't really talk to anybody. You know which plan you put in motion for yourself. I'm only speaking from experience, you know, because I have that plan occasionally. And so I've committed to venturing out to some new networking groups in my area this week. So, and making those commitments. So I'm excited. So that was part of my time blocking commitment that I did between 7 and 7:30 yesterday. So in closing, I want to honor our time. Did anybody have any questions, comments, feedback? This is an open live chat.
I'm definitely going to print out those lists.
Okay.
Start reviewing it. Thank you.
And I'm here for each and every one of you. And just having a little bit of success will be like the wind that lifts you up. So follow those checklists, do those, and invite me to meet your new reps right away and get them to feel part of the community. People join Juice Plus, yes, because they have a good experience and they want to make money, but they stay because of the friendships and the camaraderie and the shiny, happy people, the mission. It's the emotional currency that comes from it. So it's our responsibility to make sure that they're engaged and get that emotional currency back. So are you guys, feedback on, do you guys like the Zoom better than the?
Yeah, I like the Zoom very much.
Okay.
I find my mind doesn't wander as much. I can stay focused, especially with the screen sharing. It makes it really easy. Okay.
So we will do that. Happy to do it. I came kicking and screaming. I just want you to know. I'm not going to say I was the brave child because I wasn't. But I love it. You know I love you guys, and anytime we do this, so this is good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this will be up on the team replay, or the team, we have a team YouTube channel, so I will put this up on it for you guys for replay. Okay?
You find that?
It's
Thank you.
I'll put the it's JP Vision Team YouTube channel. JP Vision Team. It sounds familiar, huh? It's our team. And so I'll put the link up as well. And then once you subscribe to it, you'll get a message for every time
Oh, cool.
we upload.
Thanks.
Okay, everybody. Okay, just gonna put this out there. Do you have a topic that you want me to cover? What is painful that really is holding you back, and we can cover next week? What's holding you back?
I got the list.
Go ahead, Gail.
No, I didn't have a list.
Oh, you didn't have a list.
I'm talking to people, and I have my own little thing, but that list is great. I'm going to start using the list.
Okay, and creating that list. Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
If you don't use the list, then you forget who you spoke to, and then like a month later, you're like, oh, I spoke to that person already. So.
No, I meant the checklist.
Like the checklist.
Awesome.
Yes, to get our new.
I have a long list of names. I wasn't doing the stuff on the checklist.
Yeah, so a lot of people weren't, because there was a lot of things going on. So the other thing I will say to you guys, if you have not watched the training on the Shred 10, It's really powerful on the team page. She was a new national marketing director under Mitra Ray. Phenomenal training for seasoned distributors that want to lead with the shred.
Yes, that was phenomenal.
But just pick one. We're talking today about like getting a new distributor, follow that. But some people here do want to lead with the shred, and that's another, but don't do everything. Just pick something that resonates with you and duplicate that. Can't be a jack of all trades. Pick something that resonates with you and make that your conversation and your rhythm. So, okay, everybody, I'm going to stop the recording.